Hey songwriters, welcome back to our Song Structure Busters series, where we break down the parts of a song to figure out what makes them work so darn well. Today, we're tackling the chorus, that magical part of the song that just hits you right in the feels and just gets real drilled into your brain to the point where you can't stop singing along with your favorite song. So what makes a great chorus, and more importantly, how do you write one? Stay tuned to find out. Now, in the first video of our series, we talked about the different song structures you might run into. Today, I want us to focus on the most common one, the A-B-A-B, or verse, chorus song structure. The chorus is the emotional centerpiece of your song. The idea is that the other song sections kind of build to the chorus, so our job as the songwriter is to make our chorus pop. We're gonna take a look at a couple different techniques that you can use to make this happen, and no, you don't need to use all of them. Let's start with number one.
Let's talk energy.
Energy is the emotional volume knob of your song. Most great choruses turn that volume knob up, but it's not just about getting louder. It's really about evoking a different emotion, maybe even a deeper emotion than the section of the song preceding it. Now, using any combination of the remaining tips on this list are going to likely insert more energy. But the reason I'm singling this one out is because I really want to help you understand the importance of getting that balance right and practicing with these different techniques to create the shift in energy that you're looking for. A great example of energy building in a chorus is Adele's Rolling in the Deep. The reason I like this is because you feel that chorus. That's not an accident. She uses a soaring vocal, much bigger than she did in the verse before it. She changes the chord progression. It opens up and the drums drive the song a bit more. And she even adds that secondary melody. It's almost a counter melody to what she's singing in the lead. So that's just a really good example that I want you to go listen to and identify what is different between the verse and the chorus that really makes it pop out. What if I'm writing a quiet, intimate ballad? Well, your chorus still needs a moment. All we're going to do is really decide, what do I want this chorus to do for my listener? What do I want it to tell? Not just in the words that I use, but the emotions that I want it to evoke. And so that way when the chorus hits, bam, there's the emotional center of the song. This is what the song is about. Try this. Either find a chorus that you already have or write a new one. And I want you to experiment with building energy by either adding, changing, or removing instruments. Just try changing your instrumentation. So just look at what your verse doesn't have and consider, maybe I can add that to my chorus. Or look at what your verse does have and consider, maybe I can change this slightly for my chorus. Next, let's get specific and talk about repetition. This one's huge. If you want your chorus to stick, don't be afraid to repeat yourself. I know you might worry that it might be too lazy or too simple, and there's this pressure to write this really complex chorus. But here's the deal, simplicity is kind of the point. Let it be, let it be, let it be, shake it off, shake it off, These lyrics wouldn't hit as hard if we only said them once. Repetition builds rhythm, familiarity, and energy. And it gives your listener something to latch onto that's easy for them to remember, easy for them to sing along with. Even just repeating one key phrase, like your song's title. In the song examples I just gave, that's exactly what they do. That can make a chorus way more powerful. And repetition doesn't just have to apply to your words. You can also, or instead, apply it to your melody. A melody is which notes you sing and the order that you sing them in. Okay, so one melody might be la 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 la. That's a melody. Doobie doop doop doo doo doop doo doo. Melody. So even if you don't repeat the phrase a bunch of times, repeating the melody can achieve the same effect. Stay With Me by Sam Smith is a perfect example. Won't you stay with me, 'cause you're all I need. Say love is clear to see. Darling, stay with me. You can see how he used the melodic repetition as well as the repetition of the title of his song. Try this. Can you take the most important line or phrase of the chorus and repeat it just once? I want you to challenge yourself with that. Sing it out loud, see what happens. Does it feel more grounded? Does it feel more anthemic? All those little things add up to make a song addicting. So later we'll talk about how to use pre-choruses, post-choruses, bridge, solo, all those other things to add that spice of variety. Your chorus, make it easy for people to sing along with and for people to remember. Speaking of rhythm, that brings me to number 3. Rhythm is one of the easiest ways to jolt your listener into realizing, oh, now we're in the chorus. Your verse might be laid back and syncopated, but your chorus, maybe it's straight, steady, and it hits hard. Maybe you sing fewer words or change the rhythmic pattern and the length of the words. One simple but effective trick you can try here is starting your verse and your chorus on different beats of the measure. I'll show you what I mean by using Journey's Don't Stop Believin'. In this case, is 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? So, Don't Stop Believin'. I want you to listen to where they start the verse versus where they start the chorus. All right? 1, 2, 3. She's just a small town girl. The chorus is smart. It subverts that and it hits them right in the face on 1. Don't stop believing. That's training your listener's ear. When this chorus comes along, they're still expecting a 1, 2, 3, don't stop believing. When instead they get hit with this resounding, don't stop. I want you to try it out. Listen to Stevie Wonder's Do I Do or Blackstreet's No Diggity for other examples of this trick. But also, try this. Clap the rhythm of your verse melody and then the rhythm of your chorus melody. You and I are some love goals. Versus my chorus. Let's pack up all the words we can't take back. Notice the difference between the verse and the chorus. If they sound very similar, maybe it's time to experiment with changing the cadence of your lyrics. Maybe removing some words, adding some words, or add a rhythmic hook like a repeated word or phrase. The next technique for writing a powerful chorus: melodic shift. When it comes to hitting the chorus, most songs change the melody. Imagine if your verse sounds like this. You and me are friends, we are till the end. And then the chorus goes, you are my favorite, we are all the best. They're the same melody. So a lot of times, even if you change all the instrumentation, that melody, that's the part they sing along with. That is the part that we want to get drilled into their brains. So it really does help to create contrast between the melody of the verse and the melody of the chorus or the other parts of the song. Try adding contrast to the melody by making the chorus more singable. Give it a lift, give it energy. Something that takes it from the black and white Kansas of your verse to the Technicolor universe of the chorus and makes you say, I don't think we're in the verse anymore, Toto. Almost every song I can think of has a melodic variation between the chorus and the section that came before it. Try this with one of your songs. And by the way, this is how I come up with so many of my melodies. I listen to the instrumental, and while you're listening to it, I want you to record yourself just for a couple minutes. 1 or 2 minutes is all you need, humming random melodies along with the instrumentation. Don't force it, just go along with it the same way you would hum along with hold music while you're waiting for a representative. After you're done recording, listen back to it and pick out 4 or 5 of the favorite melodies that just sound good to you and you want to experiment with a bit more. The one that has the most energy, use that melody for your chorus. Keep the other ones aside if you have a few. Maybe you have a pre-chorus, maybe you can use it for your bridge. You don't need any musical knowledge. You don't need to understand music theory. All you need to be able to do is hum along to a song and record yourself doing it. Your natural training of listening to songs for years and years of your life, that will kick in and you're gonna come up with some melodies that you can then use to create variation in your song. The final tip, number 5, changing your chord progression. Guitar? Perfect. So sometimes the magic's in the chords. If your verse and your chorus are riding the same chord progression, you have seen songs do that. I've written plenty of songs that do that. However, you might be missing out on a chance to make your chorus breathe differently. If you're not too familiar with chord progressions and you're not too familiar with music theory, that's fine. Pull up chords in the key of blank. It'll give you 7 chords. So that's 7 chords, that's your menu to pull from and experiment with. And you can just mix and match and see what feels right, what feels different, what feels good. But hey, just so you're not swimming in alphabet soup, let me give you some quick little things that you can experiment with to get your ideal chord progression shift from the progression you already have created. First thing you can do is just shake up the same choruses that you use in the progression for the verse. For example, maybe you were playing C, G, A minor, F, which sounds like this. C. Okay, that's my verse. So shake it up. What does A minor, G, C, F sound like? Okay, so all I did was shake up the same 4 I use. So let's listen to what that would sound like back to back. Here's my verse. And then back to the verse, right? So that's the whole idea. Shake up the chord progression you have from your verse, put them in different order, see what you can make out of it. Another thing you could do is just steal your chord progressions. Ed Sheeran famously proved in court that you cannot copyright a chord progression. So that's the second option, is go steal another song's chord progression and see what they do from the verse to the chorus and do it yourself. And that, folks, is how we write an effective You guys hear that? Oh my gosh, is that? It totally is. It's a bonus tip! Bonus tip is simple. The timing of your chorus matters. While it's not a hard and fast rule, you want to be careful about taking too long to hit the main point of your song, to hit your chorus. If you drag your listeners along for too long, you risk losing them due to the lack of movement and progression. No matter how beautiful your storytelling is, they're kind of wondering, what's the point? Where are we moving towards? It's kind of like watching a movie where it takes way too long to get to the central plot. The second half of the movie might be amazing, but you never knew because you stopped it because you were bored. Good reference point would be to introduce your chorus no later than the 60-second mark, give or take. 75 seconds if you're feeling dangerous. Writing a chorus isn't about chasing perfection. It's about crafting a moment that people want to hear and sing along with, that moment that connects people with the heart of your song, so they can sing along with it again and again and again and again and again. So smash that like button like it owes you money and hit subscribe so you don't miss our next video where we break down, well, something we've talked about a lot today, the verse, how to write an effective verse, how to get the listener roped in, and how to move from the first verse to the second verse in an effective way. And if I missed anything about what makes your favorite choruses pop, please let me know in the comments. I'm always open to learning, and I'd like to learn from you too. Catch you next time, Busters.